Okay, this is my third installment. And once again, I'm gonna talk about the Passport Brothers again. And this is not no negative end, because like I said, I don't have no problem with brothers going abroad. You do what you gotta do to be happy. Hey, I'm for divestment chicks too. You know, if you want to go out there and get a Brad or Chad, hey, knock yourself out. You did. But the kind of energy I'm getting from a lot of the divestment chicks and swirling chicks who actually said they divested from black men. They don't fuck with black men, because mostly now I'm starting to see it's a lot of them one going hard on the paint, going hard in the paint, going after Passport Brothers. And I don't understand if you all divested and swirling it up, and these brothers are bullet bags, Nikers, all these tropes, what Crystal Swirl called brothers now Glocktavians. But see, the thing is, these chicks are equating the black men that live in the Dust Bowl with the upward mobility brothers. You see, that's where they wrong in. This is where the divestment and swirling women are wrong. They are making drastic mistakes. They're making drastic mistakes. And these drastic mistakes are basically their attempts by attacking the Passport Brothers into guilt tripping them about going abroad. These are the successful black men that they thought if it don't work with Brad or Chad, same thing with the Keishas in the hood who dated all the Pookies and Ray Rays and Tyrones and dope boys who were hustling big time and getting locked up. And they notice they don't have them funds coming in like they used to, because they don't got that dope boy money no more. And that's what that shit all about. You dig? They don't have that dope boy money no more. So to try to shame these brothers for being actually going outside the country because they're looking for, a lot of them, you got some that are just up there just basically tricking. Let's keep it real. I told Chaz this. My sister, Chaz Sharday, beautiful sister. I told her this, that majority, you got some niggas, I ain't gonna say majority, but you got some niggas that's going down to the places tricking. But the thing about them tricking down there, a lot of times they'll find a woman that they can feel themselves being with and settling down with and having a family with. And that's the problem. That's the big thing. Because see, these brothers, they can go and pick and choose women. They have a smorgasbord of women to go through and pick if she the right one. Because we all trick. This the whole dynamic with where they talking about these niggas going down there tricking with these foreign women. I said, what I'm trying to say is, you do that shit up here in the States when you tricking with black women. You technically tricking. I told Chad Sharday that your husband that you with now, he had to be a trick to get with you. And she was like, what you mean by that? I said, he had to be a trick. He had to trick off on you. Regardless of how it looks, it's how it sounds. Every guy, when you vet a woman, you tricking. If you living in the Western society, you tricking. Because in a place like, say like in India or the Middle East or somewhere where they have a patriarchy, they arrange a marriage and you pay the family a dowry. You may say like in the Islamic Africa, the Middle East, Asia. You pay a dowry. We used to do that a long time ago. Dowries are nothing new. This is what people did in Europe, Africa, the Middle East, and Asia. A dowry. For some reason, that shit just universal in the old world. So black people used to operate on the same thing. I don't know whether people missed that in that bullshit, The Color Purple, where Wasila, she had to come with a cow, because her dad gave her away to Mister. And so in order to give her away to Mister, in the way Mister seen it, where I need a woman that can cook, clean, do all this stuff right here. And I'm taking a daughter that you really, she's unattractive, but I'll take it. So you at least gotta come with something. So the dad gave her a cow and a couple anemones. I mean, I'm trying to say that word, very hard to say. Anemones, whatever, that she had to come with. She had to come with that shit to get with Mister. So she came with a cow. Well, it was in real world back then in the day, when you marry a man, when you marry with a woman, you want to vet a woman. Back then in the day, this show you when people always say, well, the only reason why black families messed up and why they're doing shit now because of slavery, that's the biggest bullshit ever. Because after slavery, black people pulled themselves up and we started doing well. We started creating thriving black communities, even though white people came and destroyed them and think now that, everything just goes back to slavery. They ain't looking at all them years always going up into the 60s and 70s and 80s, where white people constantly did shit to try to derail black people. Like, Saw WP pointed out, but white people put blinders on and put plugs in it and act like this shit haven't happened, and they act like everything is nuanced. Typical cracker, hunky, white mentality. And these are the type of men and women, you black niggas and women, you Negroes, plural for men and women, y'all want to get with. Same type of people, if it came down to the punchline, they'll throw your ass up under the bus. But I digress. Anyhow, people back in the day used to pay dowries. You did. They used to pay dowries to marry a woman. So the old world is no different. Now, you'll have sisters that will say, Negroes ain't bringing nothing to the table. But the funny thing is, a lot of them ain't coming nothing to the table. All brother asked them to bring is their femininity. Not so much of being submissive, but being cooperative. Just to be cooperative. They think that a nigga want them to cook every goddamn day, have a hot meal on the table every day, rub their feet, do this. Come on now, let's be real. Shit ain't like that for real. All a lot of these brothers want is you to be cooperative. That's it. Just be cooperative, cook a meal every what? Monday you cook a meal, leftovers on Tuesday. Thursday you cook a meal, leftovers Tuesday and Thursday. Tuesday and Wednesday. Thursday you cook a meal, those leftovers go over to the weekend. You probably order out on Friday and Saturday. Sunday you cook a real big meal and shit. And a lot of times that big meal hold you over to at least past Monday. But if you cook a real big meal, that meal may carry over to Monday where you don't have to cook shit. Because motherfuckers still eating that Sunday meal, which the Sunday meal is always the biggest meal. But that Sunday meal sometimes go over into Monday. So then technically you may not have to cook nothing until Wednesday and Thursday. You know, this is what these women don't understand. You know, and then they tell, I don't want to clean this, that. What, bitch, you don't clean your house? You know, that's what I'm saying. A lot of y'all chicks live by y'allself. And y'all say, I don't want to do this for a man. So how y'all houses look? How your apartments look? Because I dated some chicks that had some fucked up ass. They look good in the motherfucker. They had some fucked up ass apartments. Shit all over, clothes and shit all over the place. Bowls and shit piled up in the fucking sink. And right then and there, you knew right off the bat to make them a fun chick. You already knew. Looking at that situation, you like, man, she fun in the bed. You know, she good in the bed, but damn, bitch, don't clean the house. You know, they got fucking pots and pans all motherfucking in the fucking sink. So at that point right there, you looking at this, and the only thing you see, this chick fun chick. Yeah, man, she fun in the bed. She fine as fuck. You know, but she don't do shit. She don't clean shit. She keep clothes, got clothes and shit everywhere, all over the house, all over the apartment. Then I go to the bathroom. She gonna tell me, make sure you come put down the seat, the thing with the toilet seat when you like. Okay, bitch, you got shit all over you got damn trash can full of goddamn what? Still motherfucker piled up with fucking maxi pads and shit. Or tampons. Bitch, you ain't even take this shit out. But you go sit up here and tell a brother what they need to do. And then you think, you know, this guy supposed to be with you off the rip. And that guy say, nah, you know what, I'll change my mind on being with you. You just fun, chick. There's something better else coming along. And I dated a chick like that. She had a son. And the thing what turned me off about her, when I went over her house, man, and she had a trash can full of baby diapers. Trash can full of baby diapers. House fucked up. House nasty. She was an attractive woman. I would have got with her, but that's the only pet peeve. I ain't care about her kid having a kid. I ain't care about her letting her dude come over to see the kid. That's his son. But when I seen all that nasty shit, man, right there, that turned me off. That turned me off big time to the point where I cut her off. I stopped fucking with her. And then she called me up. I was dating another woman I met, which is now my wife. And she called me up and said, "What, you know?" She used to send me pictures of her vagina and stuff like that, dressed up, provocative, asking me to come over. And I used to come over when she did that. But that last time didn't. Because I feel like if you don't have a kept house, that's a woman, that's the first impression on the brother. A lot of these sisters don't give a fuck no more about that. They don't give a fuck. A lot of them run through niggas like running water. They run through brothers like running water. So they don't give a damn about shit like that. You know, and then there'll be the main women talking about they can't find a good man. You'll have sisters like that will get with Brad and be on that kind of shit. And Brad, they would do all this shit like get with neo-Nazis, white supremacist dudes. But even a white supremacist dude want a chick that's clean. It's already important. One thing, he got to strike against him for fucking against him for fucking with you because you black, because he a white supremacist. You know, like I said, it don't make no difference. You could be a motherfucking white supremacist and fuck with a black chick. You could be a Nation of Islam nigga, so-called quote-unquote Nation of Islam nigga that I knew. And he was talking about just pretty much ran a brother into the ground because he was dating a Becky. To the point where that brother left his girlfriend, and then this nigga was at a theater with a white chick, a Becky. And I called that nigga out on this shit. I called him out on it. I said, man, you handled the brother to the point where he kicked this chick to the curb because he felt bad. He felt bad. You talked about that brother, hounded that brother about with the white girl. But in reality is, I always thought that, I thought that nigga wanted that white girl. And this is rampant among the Negro. This shit is rampant amongst Negroes, black men and women, where they'll fuck with a white chick that don't like black women. They'll fuck with a Keisha. They'll fuck with a Brad, talking about Keisha. He don't like black men. He don't like even your family, black male family members. Your brother, your dad. And I seen women do that shit, cut off their black family members just to get with a Brad, end up being a part so-called of their family, which they never gonna accept it. And she said she had to deal with racial jokes and shit like that. I like, that's the way it goes. But that's the thing, they ain't gonna do that to Tyrone at a reunion. They just want you to cut Tyrone out completely because they know they not gonna say shit to a black dude that's 6'3", big old black dude, muscular. They ain't gonna say too much shit, but Keisha, they can talk about her like a dog, and ain't shit Keisha gonna be able to do about it because she a woman. So that's why I say it's different. When a white woman get with a black dude, she basically is becoming a part of his family. Same thing with Keisha. When Keisha get with Brad, you a part of their shit. That's why you have black women talking shit about black men when they with Brad, because Brad is dominant. He's by him being a male. You had a white guy a long time ago said he loved black women, but he didn't like black men. But he hated to see black men with white women. Same thing, you got Keisha. Keisha might be into Brad, dating Brad like a motherfucker. But if she see Tyrone with a Becky, especially if that Becky attractive, and he opened the doors for Becky. Becky got a bigger ring than what Brad gave her. And he opened the doors up for blonde-haired, blue-eyed Becky in shape. That swirling divestment chick gonna feel a certain way about Tyrone. And in her head, she calling him all kind of sellouts, even though she with Brad. She call him all kind of sellouts because you know why? Keisha think that Tyrone should be doing that for her. That's what that shit is. Tyrone should be doing, regardless of who Keisha date. Keisha could date all the brands she wants. But she feel if she get with a black man, he got to be a black man as well to do, and he got to be able to give her all the shit that she want. Even if she got biracial kids with Brad, she feels she want him to have everything. And Tyrone like, nah, fuck that. I'm not taking you in with Brad's kids. I'm not doing it. And that's what Keisha so upset about passport bros. The swirling divestment chicks. That's why they're upset with passport bros. Because they thought all the shit they could talk about black men, normally black men will let that shit ride. A lot of times black men will let this shit ride that black women say about brothers. They'll let brothers used to let that shit ride and say, you know, we're gonna charge that to the game. What's up with me and you now? And those sisters will get with their brother. I know so many brothers right now that are married to Keisha that got biracial kids with Brad. Real shit. So it's different strokes when black men operate their options and get the better results than Keisha. That's another thing. A lot of times Tyrone, Lucius, and Jamal get better results out of dating than Keisha get. And Keisha, who a divestment and swirling chick, can't stand it. Because a lot of times their relationship is based on whole getting a white man and saying flipping black men off, and the shit don't end up like that. And she see Brad ain't really producing shit, but you got Tyrone here driving Issy Largo Lamborghini, and she got the white girl hopping out the car, the high sports car, with a Becky with blonde hair and blue eyes looking good, and she have an issue with it. Like I said a long time, like 3 years ago, I seen a Keisha with a Brad, and she looked like shit, looked like she just left the plantation. And then I seen a brother come in with his Becky. And I ain't gonna lie, the Becky was fine. And him, you know, he dressed up, Gucci'd up. Gucci loafers, Gucci button-up shirt, fucking Gucci jeans, Gucci'd up, hopping out of motherfucking, Maserati. So that Brad felt a certain kind of way. The Brad she was with felt a certain kind of way about it because they driving a 2003, a 2000 at the time, a 2014 Town and Country minivan. He pulled up with Becky, big ass rock on her finger. He looking good, jumping out of motherfucking Maserati. White boy felt a certain kind of way about that shit. Keisha, the black girl with him felt the kind of way, even though the black dude was avoiding her. He went out to the car. He didn't even want to be seen with her. That's how fucked up that was. He didn't even want to be seen with Keisha. She running around here with a chicken with her head cut off, looking like a fool, with fucking her with a rag over a little fucking looking like she just left the plantation with the biracial kids, and both on one in her arm, one on the side, saying, "Mommy, mommy, mommy." White dude, he wasn't even nowhere trying to be with her. He hurried up, got what he wanted, went back to the car. She was up in there. Here goes Tyrone with his badass, sexy ass Becky, and the white dude with the black chick feeling a certain kind of way about it. And he looking over at his girl and looking over at the black dude with the white Becky in shape. His girl got a little weight on him. And he felt a certain kind of way about it. And I could look at him, and he looked at me, and I seen it, and I smiled. I smiled and like that, just what I guess, like that. So I went back to my truck. I damn near died laughing, and I said, "What's up, my brother?" You know, talk to the dude. Like, "Nice call, man. We talked for a minute." And I said, "Hey, man, you know, Brad pissed off at you." He like, "Oh yeah." I said, "Yeah, he over there with that Keisha." And he started laughing. And I said, "Man," he said, "Ain't that I hate black women, but look at me." I said, "Yeah." And see, that's what I'm trying to tell you. See, a lot of these Brads that got money, a lot of these Tyrones that got money like that, they're not tripping off you swirling chicks, divested. They do not care. That's why these brothers got passports. They do not give a fuck. They getting with these brothers that got money, getting with the best women no matter where they at. They getting with the best women. And y'all so used to thinking Tyrone, y'all equate the broke, dusty niggas with fat Becky. That's what y'all see. Y'all like Cynthia G. Look at him, he with this fat Becky. Knowing damn well that dusty Negro, they wouldn't even give a time of day because they'll call him a dusty. But he with a fat, dusty Becky. So it evens out. So what you'll see is Keisha with a bottom shelf Brad or Milton Mitchell. And actually white guys, like, you'll have exceptions to the rule. You'll have George Lucas with that black woman, then you had Robert De Niro with the black chick. Then he divorced her because she was going to make him go broke doing all the shit he was, so he kicked her ass to the curb real quick. Robert De Niro kicked her ass to the curb real quick, which was a smart move. And I ain't even mad at Robert De Niro. I like Robert De Niro. I don't care. I always knew Robert De Niro liked black chicks. I didn't care about that because Robert De Niro, my nigga. Real talk, that's my nigga. Him and Joe Pesci. But overall, Eve and all these black women are exception to the rule. They are exception to the rule and not the rule. But you would see Tyrone with a badass Becky, that's not an exception to the rule. That's now becoming a rule. And that's why that's why the divestment chicks and swirling chicks don't like it, because these brothers getting fine ass Afro Latino chicks, fine ass Latino chicks, fine ass Filipino Southeast Asian chicks, and that's why these chicks, these divestment and swirling chicks, in their feelings about this shit, because now they know all the shit they can say about brothers. Them brothers ain't paying. The kind of men they want are not paying attention. They're not paying attention. That's what it is. They can try to do all the shit that they want. Umar can talk all the bullshit he want about black men getting with bottle shelf bread, when those only the broke niggas that black women ain't looking at. Black women ain't looking at them dusty dudes with fat Big Becky. But the funny thing is, Big Becky, you got majority of black women are Big Keishas. So you got brothers choosing Big Becky over Big Keisha. And come getting better outlooks. You got brothers getting with Big Keisha and getting better outlooks than they would with Big. You got brothers that getting better outlooks with Big Becky than they get with Big Keisha. You got brothers that's out here working jobs and shit for Big Becky, working blue collar jobs, raising their children, bring the paycheck home to Big Becky. Big Keisha, they just laying up with having babies. Why is they just laying up with Big Keisha and having kids and not taking care of them? And they getting with Big Becky and taking care of all the kids. What Big Becky Big Becky is actually, she's not the majority in the majority of white society. She's a minority. But you got Big Keisha make up the majority in the black community. So why is these brothers being way more successful with Big Becky than with Big Keisha? Make you wonder, huh? Because maybe they don't got to go through all the shit that they go through with Big. They don't got to go through all the shit with Big Becky that they do with Big Keisha. And goddamn, Big Keisha reciprocate. Big Becky reciprocate. Big Keisha don't. Big Keisha is a feminist and shit. She ain't gonna cook for a nigga, but she'll have food for herself. Just saying. This shit that needs to be noted. I don't know, I tell you sisters. Like I said, I don't got no problem with black women. But I'm gonna keep it 100. Those are the facts. You know, take it or leave it. Over and out.